Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Heimish Dailism Eye Palette in Coral Essay. I still don't know if I'm saying Dailism right because I filmed the other video and it's going up on Friday and today is Wednesday and I don't know if it's correct or not, and I also apologize for the lighting. I'm kind of like half shadowy, but it's not too bad, so we're just going to power through. It's getting to the point where the lighting is weird because it's almost daylight savings over for New Zealand. We're at the end of summer, so obviously we're in autumn at the moment, and so it's just an awkward time for the sun right now. So this palette was kindly sent to me for review by Stylekorean. They sent me a whole bunch of Heimish products, like so many new things, and I wanted to give this one its own video because it is like a full-on eye palette. So I thought that this would be nice to separate out because otherwise that video would have been horrendously long. But if you haven't already watched it, please do go check it out. It is last week's video and it's got skincare and a few other makeup products from Heimish in as well. So for this one, the product description says, 8 colour eyeshadow palette comes in a sleek case with mirror and matching dual-ended brush. Silky formulation creates light yet buildable layers of coral shades, flawlessly mixing and matching with the rest. The packaging of this product is very simple and very classy and elegant. It really has nothing on the outside apart from a little raised logo for Heimish, which is embossed gold, which I think is really nice. And then on the inside there is a lovely huge mirror and then a brush, which I still haven't tried. I don't really believe in using the brushes that come with products so much because I just don't think that they're going to be as good as the other ones. And I have nice Silver brushes, so it would be a shame not to use them. Like the product description said, there are 8 colours in the collection and there is a wide range of coral-like colours there, which I think is really nice. There are quite a few mattes and then a few light shimmers and then 2 very intense glitters. They are so intense. I love them so much. The first shade is Pure Peach, which I do not use at all. It's just a light beige colour, very boring. The next shade along is called Pure Peach, which I don't use at all either. This one is a very bright creamsicle kind of orange colour. I did have to layer this one up quite a lot to get this pigment level though. Pink Coral is the most beautiful rose gold. It is a very sheer formula though. You can pack this in with a little bit more on the fingertips, but this is really as good as it gets if we're going to do it in a nice even layer. Then we have Bronze Coral, which is the next one along. This is such a beautiful shimmery shade. This one has got a lot more pigmentation than the others. Nude Coral is a really nice nude sort of transition shade. It does look really light in this eye swatch at the moment, but it does really work for me as a transition shade, so I don't know what's really going on there. Coral Glitter is a beautiful glitter. I don't really see this one as coral, it just kind of looks more like a champagne gold. Definitely apply this one with your fingers rather than brush because it does get everywhere. Pink Glitter is one that also needs to be applied with the fingertips, but it is a really beautiful sheer glitter. It's like, it hasn't got any base colour, it is just the pink and kind of purple toned glitter. The last colour is called Lich Brown, I think, I'm not entirely sure, and this one is a gorgeous satin coloured brown. Okay, so for today's eyeshadow look, I'm going to go in with this matte colour in the crease, hopefully. I'm going to use this bright shimmery colour in the inner third, and then this very dark shimmery colour in the outer part. I might end up putting a little bit of this shimmer in just to sort of block it out a little bit, because I'm not sure how this is going to go. It's a very contrasting sort of very light in the inner corner to very dark in the outer corner. I have used this colour, this crease colour before, and it looks quite warm and orangey in the pan and it's not too bad on the eye, I would say. But it definitely doesn't go that well with all of the colours that are in this palette. Though I think that the colours in this palette are beautiful. They're not super like my cup of tea in that way. I put some on the lower lash line also. So I'm going to try and use that lighter colour with a brush. That worked out pretty well actually. It's a really pretty, like almost peachy pink shimmer, although it looks white in the pan, it's definitely not. It's got the really beautiful reflex and it blends really nicely. I'm going to drag it more over to the middle and then up a little bit into the crease so it doesn't look like such a stark line, but also it doesn't go all the way up to my eyebrow. That's how we're looking so far. It's not coming up so much on camera, but also I saw in the palette, like it does get like the shimmers quite chunky. I pick up just a little bit and put underneath my lash line. That was way too much. And then I'm going to try to put very gently that darker brown in the outer corner. Yeah, so it's not like super pigmented, which is how I can sort of combine that in there. It's really just sort of like darkening everything up just a touch. So I'm just really gently sort of brushing it inwards. So starting from the outer part where my eyeball ends and then pulling in. So then I'm going to do like a little zigzag and blend the line there. It looks okay. I'm not going to put any on the lower lash line just because I don't want to darken it too much. And then I'm just going to go back in with a crease color and blend that corner out a little bit more. Because the crease color isn't really so pigmented, it does work quite well to do this kind of work, but I just don't want it to go too far. I don't want it to be like all the way out here. And so that is basically what it's going to look like. I will come back with the other eye done and some eyelashes and mascara on later. Well, not eyelashes and mascara, just mascara on the eyelashes. So for this look I used nude coral in the crease, coral glitter in the inner half, and then pink coral in the outer half. I really had to build up the pink coral to get this kind of pigmentation, but it does look quite pretty. So overall, I think this is a really interesting palette. I think that, I'm still holding this brush in my other hand. The shades that I use, I don't actually know if I use that orange shade, I'm going to be honest, because it's so orange. But the one that I used the most was definitely this crease shade. It is what I'm wearing also today. It's very light, it's very sheer. I almost think that it's too sheer, this one, because I had a lot of trouble building it up, not blending it out. No problems blending it out. Building it up I did have a wee bit of problems with. I also didn't get any use out of this bone colour. I never used those ones in the palette. Otherwise I think that the other shades looked really nice as well. So I found that the three shimmers, so the rose gold, which I'm wearing at the moment, beautiful. The brown, which I'm also wearing at the moment, beautiful. And then the dark brown, also beautiful, were very sheer but pigmented enough for what they were. So especially the rosy gold and that top brown here, they looked on the eyes like what you see in the pan, which I really liked. The darker shade down here, I used it very sheerly, so I used a very small amount and blended it out well. The pigmentation was really nice because I could still get the color, and if I built it up as well, I am able to get a very dark brown out of it, which was great. It was really just this shade here that let me down the most, and I think it's also because I had the higher expectations of it because I used it solely as my only crease color throughout the whole time. The glitter shades, oh my gosh, how freaking pretty are they? They do have a tendency to fall out a lot, so I did get a fair amount of glitter everywhere if I used too much of it. And I also found that because they have a really thick buttery kind of formula, it was better to actually pick it up with a finger, place it on the eye, and then do a bit of blending with a brush. Otherwise what I found is that the glitter just got everywhere, like it just flaked right out of the pan. So they do have their downsides, but they are so pretty. Huge fan of the two glittery shades in the middle. So overall, I do like the palette. It's probably not one that I am going to keep in my collection just because of the fact that it is coral and I don't wear corals that much, although I really did enjoy using it. My favorite shade apart from the two glitters, which you obviously know by now that I love, was actually this rose gold color. It's really similar to the rose gold that I talked about in the Etude House Tulip palette as well. It's a really similar like pink pearl with gold on top, which I just think is so pretty. I think that this would be a really nice palette for beginners that are more into the coral colors. Because it is lighter on the pigmentation and it is buildable, I think that it's going to work a lot better for princesses who are a little bit less confident with their eyeshadow skills. Like myself, I am not the best at eyeshadow, though I have reviewed so many of them in the last couple of months that I am getting a bit better, but my looks are always the same, so the eyeshadow always looks the same but with different colors, and I'm fine with that. I don't need to be more inventive for myself. But if you are like me, then this is probably going to be a very easy palette for you to use. However, if you're more used to the Western palettes for eyeshadow that are like super pigmented and like bright and, to me, really scary, it's not a palette I would recommend for you because you are going to be disappointed with the pigmentation. It's not that kind of palette. If you're into Kbeauty, which you probably are if you're on my channel, then you probably will like it. There was such a long ramble. Oh, they have names on the back. Why did I not see that before? I've literally just realized this. But otherwise, I think this is a really cool product. And yeah, the glitters are just so pretty. So pretty, my goodness. So thank you so much to Stylekorean for sending this out for review, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!